Hey guys, Cronus Falls here, and today I am going over our final login reward here. They actually disappeared, it looks like, so I can't go in and show you. But we have hit the second 180 days, so 360 days total of login rewards, and that is Scyl of the Drakes. So Scyl of the Drakes is a relatively new legendary. She came out 180 days ago. And she has a pretty cool kit here, so let's go ahead and get into it. On her A1 here, she attacks one enemy, has a 20% chance or 40% chance when booked of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Also has a 50% chance when booked of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. So that is pretty good value on an A1. You have a 50-50 shot of lowering their turn meter, as well as a 40% chance of a decreased speed, which is a very good debuff, very helpful for dungeons like Spider and Fire Knight, and good for Ice Golem as well. Then on the A2 here, this is the main utility, I would say, of her kit, and it is very good. Attacks all enemies 2 times. Each hit has a 35% chance when booked of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. So 35% chance or 40% if you go into this mastery right here, which is Fearsome Presence, which increases the chances of placing a stun, sleep, yada yada debuff from skills or artifacts by 5%. So that's what I've gone ahead and done today to get it up to a 40% chance on each hit to stun. So it's pretty cool that you basically get double value off of that Fearsome Presence, so very good mastery to pick up on her. You can also go into War Master though if you need her to be dishing out damage in dungeons as well. And then another cool part of her kit is she has a revive. So on her A3 here, on a 4-turn cooldown, revives an ally with 50% HP, which is a pretty decent amount there, and places a 50% ally protection buff on them for 2 turns. So pretty solid value. I wouldn't say there's anything crazy here. 4-turn revive on a legendary. Some extra utility with the ally protection. Definitely not as good as someone like a Raglan, but I mean for a free champion, definitely nothing to sneeze at. This is a pretty good ability. And then she also has this cool passive here. Heals all allies by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn. Also places a 30% increased speed buff on a random ally for 2 turns. So she gets a little bit of utility speeding someone up, as well as a pretty decent amount of healing, 10% at the start of each turn. So if you got her going pretty quickly, she's getting out a decent amount of healing every turn. So definitely not a bad support champion at all. I went ahead and rushed to level her up, got her fully booked and geared. So let's go ahead and go over the build now. So on the weapon here, I have 12 speed, 12% crit, and that's pretty much it as far as what we're looking for on the weapon. On the helmet here, we've got 5% HP, 11 speed, and 19% crit damage. On the shield, I got 6 speed, 18% crit, and that's about it. On the gauntlets, they are crit rate gauntlets, so I've got 6-star crit rate to get that 60% crit rate, as well as 31 accuracy, so the rolls came out pretty well on this piece. And then the chest piece is a 5-star defense percent, so 50% defense, 16% crit damage, and 9 accuracy in the substats. And finally, I've got her in speed boots with 11% defense, so this gear really isn't crazy. Most of it doesn't have great substats, but it all works out because she's actually got really good base stats here, so about 20k base HP as well as almost 1400 base defense. Her base speed is pretty low here, which is unfortunate. 95 is very low for a legendary, but it's definitely not the lowest and not the worst thing in the world. So let's go ahead. She does actually have a little bit of a boost to her crit damage and resistance at base as well, so 63% crit damage instead of 50, as well as 40 resistance instead of, I think the standard is 30. So let's go ahead and get into the jewelry here. So I have her in a defense ring, and I just could not bring myself to level this up to 16, even though it is 6 stars, because it is 3 rolls in attack percent, which does not help her at all. I really wish those had rolled defense percent, but that's just kind of how it is. I don't have a better ring at the moment, so that's what she's in, but down the road when I do get a better one, it's definitely going to help her build out a lot. And then I've got her in a crit damage amulet. Since I do have her in crit rate gloves, those are going to pair really well together, help her do some more damage. So this one has 18 accuracy on it. And then finally, she is in an accuracy banner with 10% HP, 10% defense, and 5 speed. So overall, remember my Great Hall is pretty good here. So it's even though none of the gear is super special, it's still going to be a pretty good build. We're going to be seeing about 32k HP, 3500 defense, 208 speed, 100% crit rate, 143% crit damage, and 226 accuracy. So she's going to land her stuns in dungeons. She's going to hit pretty hard. I don't have her completely glassed out, but these are pretty good stats for a support style champion, especially with this speed and this level of defense. I would like to get her closer to that 4k mark on defense, but I'm going to need a better ring to do that, so 3500-ish will do in the meantime. But let's look at Masteries now. So Masteries, like I said, I decided to come into Fearsome Presence, which means I needed a defense tree. Now I could have gone Defiant to get some more resistance, and on my other account, my main account, once I have her built up, I probably will. I think I'm going to be putting her in a high resistance build for the new arena style when it comes out. But for now, I just wanted some defense on her. I'm not going to be, as you saw, I did not build up her resistance, so no point in taking that. Then I've got Blast Proof here, decreased damage received from AoE attacks by 5%, so make her a little bit tankier. Rejuvenation, increased amount of healing and value of shields she receives by 5%, so again, just some extra sustain there. Resurgent, 50% chance to remove one random debuff from the champion when they lose 25% of their max HP. On Delayed Death, reduces damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75%, yada yada yada. Cycle of Revenge, gets some turn meter when allies get crit. That one's pretty good for arena especially. Retribution has a 50% chance to counterattack when this champion loses 25% of the max HP. So get a little bit of counterattacks in there potentially. And then finally, like I said, Fearsome Presence, you get to double dip on it since it is a double hit on her stun. So an extra 5% on each hit is huge, and it does a lot for her stuns. Like I said, if you do need her to kick out damage against bosses, I would say go ahead and just skip the defense tree entirely, come into offense, and come right down here to War Master. You'll still get a lot of value out of her that way. But then let's go ahead and look over in the support tree here. So I'd say the support tree is definitely the one you're going to want to get on her no matter what kind of build you're going with. So she is going to be getting some accuracy here, some more accuracy here, and charged focus. Swarm Smiter is going to help her if you're going to bring her into Spider especially, but increases her act by 4 for each enemy alive, up to 16. Arcane Celerity, get some more turn meter as her stuns wear off or are removed. Lore of Steel, get her some extra speed. Evil Eye here is going to help her drop some turn meter on her first A1. And finally, Sniper is going to give us an extra 5% chance to hit that slow. Now, you could also go Master Hexer to try to extend it. Honestly, neither of these are going to be super impactful on her since they don't affect the stuns. But I personally decided that Sniper was going to be the better choice for me since the chance to actually place the slow is only 40% to begin with. I just wanted that extra 5% chance. So that is going to be it for the Masteries. Let's go ahead and get into some runs here. So I've already run all of the dungeons and she's actually worked pretty well. Let's go ahead and show it off here. Now, this is my alt account. I do not have a lot of free-to-play champions leveled, so you're going to be seeing her coming in with some really good champs. That's just kind of how it is, you know. But the cool thing is, on this account, I really didn't have a good, consistent Ice Golem team, but I think this is going to be it for me now. This is pretty solid, so let's go ahead and get into the run here, and we'll see what she's all about. Let's go ahead and take it off auto for the first part. So we're going to see Apothecary is going to come through and do his speed up. And then we are going to get our stuns there. So she's come through, done her A2. And boom, we got 3 stuns off of it right away. So now there's only 2 people left not stunned on the enemy team. So that's the kind of value she's bringing. She's doing that on a 3-turn cooldown. So she's going to be getting a ton of stuns out through the fight. Super impactful. So let's go ahead and keep it going here. And she's going to be really good as well paired with Miscreated Monster, because as you can see, he already got another stun up on her. So now this is the only champion that has not been stunned, the only one that's going to get a chance, but boom, she gets a stun on her there from Miscreated Monster's A1. We got the A2 coming back out from Scyl, so we got another stun, and now we're pretty much through the wave. So even though I paused it, we got through it in about 50 seconds, so pretty sweet overall. Now we're going to hopefully be seeing her get some stuns here. Boom, 2 more coming out from her on these guys. Unfortunately, these 2 are the ones that didn't get the stun, so we are going to see the reflect damage coming out. But luckily, she does have a revive on her, so she's going to be able to help us if someone does take themselves out on it. So we'll just see here, Miscreated Monster doing some big hits. We got some shields now, and that's where the Masteries is going to come in. That's going to increase the shields she receives, so pretty good value there when you pair them. So we're coming through the end of this wave now. We've just got the 2 Terror Beasts left. We're going to be seeing probably about a minute 40 on the end of the waves, and that's after delaying for probably about 15 seconds to show it off at the beginning. So on to the boss now. Boom, both of the side minions are stunned. We're not worried about a decreased defense coming off. We're not worried about a heal block, anything like that. We can just basically do whatever we want. And that is what is so sweet about her. It's super consistent on those stuns. You're getting value throughout the entire fight. And since I have her running fast, she gets them back pretty often. So that guy came off of being stunned, immediately back on stunning. She also drops turn meter, gives a slow, so just a lot of value there in keeping the enemy from moving. There we go, we dropped some turn meter there. Didn't get a slow, but it's only a 45% chance with my Masteries. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here and come back in towards the end of the fight, and we'll just see how we do. Alright, so we are coming up towards the end of the fight here, and the side minions have not gotten to take a single turn. Between Miscreated Monster and Scyl, they have just been stunned the entire time. So we are looking really good here. We're going to be coming up for about a 4-minute and 30-second run, which isn't super fast, but not bad either. Super consistent. As you can see, everyone is still fully topped off. No one besides, I think, what's her name here, Sandlashed, is running in lifesteal. So that just shows how much healing and protection we've got coming out of this team. So let's go ahead and move on here to the Dragon. So she's going to do amazing in the Dragon. Dragon is one of the easier dungeons, and she being Magic Affinity works perfectly well in there. So we're going to come in here, get a lot of CC going. Actually only 2 that time, so you know it is a little bit random with each hit only having a 40% chance. But the good thing is, since she comes around back to us so often, we're going to be seeing plenty of stuns coming out throughout the course of this. So great CC champion overall. There we go. We got some more stuns coming out, so just 2 there as well. The first runs that I did, I was seeing a lot more, but of course now on video, she's going to be a little bit stingy with the stuns she's throwing out. Either way, we're making it through this wave just fine. On to the next one. See some more stuns come out there. So we got 3 on that one, pretty good. The 2 Hordens are the only ones left, and they don't attack on their first turn, so we're looking pretty solid. She's also going to help us drop his turn meter a little bit, so he never gets a chance to go. Drop his turn meter now. He's going to be going down before his first move, and we should be seeing some more stuns coming out here. Boom, that guy's stunned. He's down. Now we're just down to 2 of them, and we are at about a minute 15, it looks like, coming through the second wave rather, and onto the boss. Let's see here. Boom, 115 onto the boss. And now her work's pretty much done. You know, she's not going to be placing stuns on the boss. It is up to Frozen Banshee to go ahead and just clutch out the win here. But you'll see she actually does a fair amount of damage, 16,000 on that hit there. On her A2, she does a lot more. So we'll see when it comes through on the next hit. She will still be contributing a decent amount of damage to the boss, even without War Master. Oh, I guess she didn't quite have it back up yet, so we'll see it on the next one then. Hopefully. I'm not sure. Maybe she doesn't use it against bosses. Interesting. She's just using her A1 against the dragons. That's interesting to note. It seems kind of annoying because I kind of get, you know, you can't stun a boss, but on the other hand, you also can't decrease the dragon's turn meter. It is kind of cool against the Fire Knight, but actually I've seen her use her A2 against the Fire Knight, when his shield is up, so that's good. It's a 2-hit. So pretty interesting. I wonder how they have her coded on the AI to make it work like that. But we're going to be coming through this run right about the 2-minute and 30-second mark. That's going to be it, 2:26. And we are through decent stats, but bad set, so it's going to go. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on now to the Fire Knight. So Fire Knight, she is off affinity, but she can still do some work here, so let's go ahead and jump in. We'll see here, even though she is off affinity, we're still going to see some pretty good stuns coming out of her. Hopefully, like I said, she's been a little bit stingy with them, but there we go, 3 stuns coming out. So Errol is the big hitter on this wave. He is stunned, so we're not worried about him coming in and killing our Apothecary, which is good. We still got good shields coming out of our Valkyrie as well. Like I said, not a free-to-play friendly account at all. So lots of good champions coming in here. I can't just show her on her own merit fully, but still, she is doing a lot of work for us here. So I think she'll be getting some more stuns out for us right now. Oh no, she actually A1. She may have already gone for it again. There we go, we are through the first wave. And next turn, we should be seeing some stuns coming out for her. We'll see how many we end up with, even against these red folks. Interesting. Again, she just doesn't seem to be using that A2 to get her stuns off. So I don't know what's going on there, because I'm pretty sure she should have had it up that time. There we go. Maybe not. So we did get another 3 stuns off. So as you can see, lots of value even against off affinity. And once we get to the Fire Knight, she'll be bringing us a little bit of value as well. So it's not just the waves. She does have some turn meter control and a slow on her A1. So as long as she's not hitting weak, we should be seeing some good results out of her. Another stun coming out there on the Lich. So we're going to be coming up on the boss, looks like probably right around the minute 45 mark, which isn't too bad for Fire Knight. This Lich is about to go down on the next hit. There we go, and there goes Errol. So 145 onto the boss. Now hopefully we can go ahead and knock it down pretty quick. She goes A1 there, probably doesn't have her A2 off the cooldown yet. But let's see if she can drop some turn meter. She does not hit the RNG there, but that's fine. Keep it going. So as soon as she gets her A2 up, she should use it and knock down that shield by 2. There we go. So she does have a multi-hit on one of her abilities at least, so pretty decent for helping to knock down the shield, especially when paired with her other utility. And I mean, she's going to be really good on non-red stages as well. She's going to do a ton of work against anything else. It's just a shame that on 20 she's going to be weak. But honestly, she's just so strong in all of the dungeons that I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing that they made her magic affinity. I think it would have been cool to see her be like a force or maybe even, I don't know, maybe not force because 2 of the dungeons are green, so that probably wouldn't be the best thing for a free-to-play champion, but Spirit would have been cool at least. Come in there, be good against 3 of the bosses as far as affinity goes. And because we don't really need, you know, a lot of help with Dragon. That's pretty much the easiest one to take down. So we're going to be seeing about a 3-minute clear time on the Fire Knight here, which is not bad. 3 minutes, 9 seconds. Ooh. Not great stats though, unfortunately. Sorry, my dog is barking there. I'll go ahead and keep it for now though. Let's go ahead and move on, and we are going to come into the Spider now. So, Spider, she actually does a pretty good amount of work putting those stuns on. So I've gone ahead and run this. I took out Miscreated Monster and put her in. And I will say it was a little bit dicier, but overall I think it worked out pretty well. So hopefully it's going to work out well on video too. I don't think it's a 100% run. Like I said, it was a little bit dicier for sure. But with those stuns coming out, we did do pretty good at keeping our Stag Knight looking good as our tank. She also has a revive, like I said, so if Stag Knight does go down from the Spiderlings, then she can just bring him right back up and get an ally protection on him to just help keep him alive longer. My Stag Knight is also in a Frost set, so he does have a chance to freeze some of these Spiderlings. He is taking a bit of a pounding, gets a little bit of healing going from Apothecary, and he is looking good again. Gonna take a lot of damage from these poisons when he comes back around though. So we've got the spider down below 50% already. We're 43 seconds into the fight. See if she gets some turn meter reduction. She does not there. We do have a slow going on her from Stagnite though. So let's see, takedown coming through. If we can get a Heartseeker off before the spider takes her next turn. There we go, and that is it. 58 seconds. Scyl of the Drakes coming in there and just clutching it out with that CC. So yeah, I mean, she is viable for Spider 20, which is great. Not a lot of champions who can come in there and CC well enough in order to get you through it. Obviously, I do have a Cold Heart and a Royal Guard going, but still, I mean, it's a pretty hard dungeon to beat. Everyone knows that, and the fact that she can come in there and serve that role is just amazing. So let's go ahead and move on now to Arena. This is the last place I'm going to be showing her today, and she does some pretty good work here. I'm not going to face this team because I think that's going to be a little strong for what I have set up. This account does not have the strongest arena, so that's going to be pretty weak though. Let's see, we're something decent. Let's go ahead and go against this here. So I'm going to be giving my Skull Crown the speed lead into our Seeker here. He's going to be speeding us up, and Scyl is going to be going for stuns. Now, unfortunately, I do think I have her running a little bit faster than my Madam Ceres. Ceres is at 204, and Scyl is running at 208. So she's not going to be getting the benefit of the decreased defense, but the CC from the stuns should still be helpful. So let's go ahead and come in here, speed up, and let's see, we'll try and get a provoke there. Good stuff. Now let's go for some stuns here on the A2. We stun both of the turn meter boosters, which is nice. Now we just are doing cleanup. So our Skull Crown comes in and says, "Good night, everybody." I think I'm going to go ahead and refresh here. Actually, this one looks pretty decent. Let's go ahead and go against that. And then I'll refresh, see if we can find someone a little tougher, but not too crazy for this team. So same thing. Just come in there, set it up, get some stuns if we can. Boom, 3 out of 4 stunned. Looking nice. Stun is the best form of CC in the game because it doesn't reduce your damage, anything like that. Basically, they just don't get to take their turn. To come in there, boom, take down everyone except Coronar. Now I'm just going to throw it on auto and let her finish up. 28k hit from Scyl there on her A1. That's going to do it. Let's see, this one looks pretty tough. Alright, so we've got Lysandra, Rotos, Miscreated Monster, and Duchess. Now, the Lysandra's probably faster than me and I lose. And that's why I didn't want to go against too tough of teams, but actually she is not. So let's come in here, see if we can provoke her. We don't get it. My Seeker is not booked, but if we can get some stuns off, that's going to be looking really good for us. Boom, all 4 stunned. Now we can do whatever we want. Come in here, hit hard. Rotos wakes up, but that is okay. We're going to go ahead and knock him down a little bit, get a provoke. Now we can come in, say goodnight Rotos, and then finish off the Duchess on auto. So her stuns are super helpful there. I mean, just stunning everyone up. There's nothing they can do about it. They lose their entire first turn, and that is basically it. That's a pretty weak team there, even with Siphi. Let's see, we'll do one more and then call it good. Let's go against this one here. So it's Siphi and Coronar as well as Ceres and Padma. We are going to win the speed battle by quite a bit though. Let's see, what are we going to do? Their Ceres is actually the fastest, but I figure I may as well go against Siphi. Get some stuns off everyone except Ceres and Padma. So now we can just come in and nuke, and that is going to be good night. So she is pretty good in Arena. Like I said, once I have her built up on my main account and the new Arena style comes out, I'm going to be getting her into a high resist build with some decent accuracy. She's not going to be doing damage, but she is just going to be in there to throw out stuns and annoy. So it should be pretty interesting to see how she does in that role. But overall, I am loving her. Scyl of the Drakes, an amazing free-to-play champion you get from your login rewards. She is good everywhere in the game, and definitely do not sleep on her once you get her. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Discord in the link down below, or leave a comment if you have anything you'd like to talk about. I'm always happy to help you guys out, and thanks for watching.